Assalamualaikum everyone. I hope all are staying healthy and fit. Welcome to another exciting episode of Ohmydays podcast only on Let's Chat. Today's topic is all about value persona. What's a value all about? It's about a journey that has so much of to share. Today we had an amazing guest who will not only share his persona but also will depict what has made him to move to UAE. Remember that every journey is valuable because everything you do is you learn from it, and it's not fair to say that we should thank all the live examples we have over here. So today we have an amazing guest. He's not only in the Navy but also he's in working in insurance financial advisor. Let's not take much more time. Let's welcome our today's special guest. He's none other than Dr. Siju. Thank you, Dr. Siju, to accept my invite. Welcome to All My Days podcast. How are you doing today?
Fantastic.
How was the day and what's happening?
So, day started very early as usual.
Okay.
Went to the gym, did some stuff, and then winter's approaching, so we went and bought some plants from Warsan.
So, what was your first reaction when our team approached you for the podcast?
Why me? Why me? I mean,
Okay.
it's not like I'm an influencer or a celebrity or something. That why did you contact me? So I was wondering. That's what I asked.
And then?
She told me, no, you can give some positivity to the youth today and stuff like that. That is something I always like to do.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. Our main motive, as I was discussing, that is the power of positivity. It's not that being an influencer, being a live example personality also can be a power of positivity. With that note, shall we start with segment number one?
Yeah.
Okay. So segment number one is knowing your persona. Who are you being as a persona? What made you to be in a particular area that has so much of challenges? And how you feel that these days, how it's possible practically about your journey, your life?
Journey, I started very early. My career right out of college. I'm a second generation armed forces guy.
Wow.
My father was in the Air Force. I decided to join Navy. 15 years. Retired in 2004. Retired but not tired. Second innings. And since the last 15 years, I'm into insurance. In between, I've done some human rights documentary production. Actually, right out of Navy, I tried having my own restaurant and a bakery. It worked well initially and then it bombed. And I amassed a huge debt. And that's what made me come to Dubai. Like many people who want to clear the stuff back home and they come. Dubai is a land of opportunities.
Exactly.
That's how I'm here.
This is how the journey starts. How has been the journey of transition from migrating to your own place to UAE? What was it a challenging? Was it an opportunity? What do you think about that?
It was a challenge, but it was an opportunity. I mean, unless you get out of your comfort zone, I had a huge liability, which I was sure that I couldn't clear by staying in India. Because I'm a retired Navy guy. The job prospects for somebody like me wasn't so good. So coming to Dubai, my brother used to live here. So he told me, come and try your hand here. Try for something here. So I came here, got a job in one of the insurance brokerages.
Wow.
Stayed with them. Actually, when I moved here, I was 38. The idea of moving to Dubai was just to find a job. I was using insurance as an excuse. Being a late bloomer in this career, I decided I'll make it my profession, invested my time, studied, got the qualifications and stuff, and here I am.
Wow. How has been the journey of yours that inspired you to be a strong competitor and you being a value persona? So it won't be fair to ask who inspired you to do that.
I can't say anybody in particular inspired me. It was my situation that inspired me, or rather motivated me. I had no choice. Like if you see many people many expats, if you go to any new country, who are the most successful people in the country? Expats. Why? Most of them come here out of desperation. They don't have a choice to go back. That was my situation. I came here because I couldn't go back and do anything. I came here. When you have no choice, you can do a lot of stuff. You can take a lot of risk. There's a lot you can do. That's what I did.
And today you are here.
I'm here.
I'm with a strong person with a strong smile.
Totally.
So it won't be fair enough to ask that what is your message to the youth who are going through such difficulties And do you want to give them any advice that they can boost themselves up? Those are getting always low towards the career.
Just don't give up. If you're a youth, the biggest advantage you have is your age. You're young, you have time. So just giving up in 1 year or 2 years is it's not fair. It's not fair for yourself. You have to give it a shot. I see people, they say, okay, I did something for 6 months, I don't think this is going to work out. Give it time. You have that in your favor. You have time in your favor. It's an advantage you have. Then why don't you do it?
That's well said. How about the negativity comments and the trolleys which you go through with your family and with outsiders? How do you handle such negativity?
Negativity is a common thing in your life, just like happiness, sadness. It's a common thing. You can't say no. I don't think you'll find anybody who says that I don't have challenges or I don't have negativities in my life. It can come from your family, it can come from your society. Depends on the support, depends on how you handle it. You have to handle it. There's nobody else who can support you. But yes, when I say, if you take my example, I had a lot of people I could look up to.
Okay.
Who were, without being aware, I took them as my mentors and I followed their stuff. How they were doing, how they were conducting. Like when I got into insurance business, I had no training. But they were seniors, they were, my peers who were doing very well. I just found out, checked how they were doing it. There was a lot of negative, if you talk about insurance, first thing people say is, oh, it's not a good profession to be in. Because of, they've had bad experiences, but it's an amazing profession, it's a noble profession. How you handle it, how you take it is what matters. Same thing comes to negativity. You can't, if you go into negativity, you are going down. And if you want to come out of it, you have to look up.
Mother and fathers are very important in our life.
Yeah, totally.
Because without them, the life is very incomplete. So what do you have learned from your mother and your father that you feel you apply in your life and you want the youth to follow that?
Oh, my mother, I don't think any younger generation, the millennials, could handle anybody like my mother. She was very strict. I remember when I joined Navy, after 2 weeks, I realized that this was not for me. It's very tough. I tried to come back. My mother said, you can come back, but not to this house. That was the only reason, actually, it was one of the main reasons I stuck in Navy for 15 years. Because I couldn't go back home. And I knew my mother. She won't let me come back. So, parents, they love you, but they also have to discipline you.
Exactly.
It is what you learn from them that those are the values that you have in life. Very important.
Wow. How about your father?
Oh, father was not so strict, but yes, he was. My mother used to tell, okay, when he was nice and lenient, but the boss was the lady.
Really, it's getting us so much information about your journey. What's your strength and what's your weakness as Dr. Siju or as a Siju?
Okay, my strength is my integrity, respect. These are two strong things, and gratitude.
Wow.
That is very important. I feel today's youth, they should prioritize these things. You have to have integrity, you have to have principles, you have to have values, and don't compromise that for anything. That is what has brought me here.
How about your weakness?
Weakness, not a weakness, I don't want to say that. But yeah.
Something you have to say, for sure.
Yeah, what do you say? Women getting into trouble. That is something I can't handle.
Okay.
I've always been you can call me a sucker for that. People have exploited me because of that. I mean, I see a lady getting, exploited, or she going through a trouble, that's something very soft for me. I can't handle that.
That's very true, man. Because, and you say the first thing we learn from our house is to respect women.
Yeah.
That's the basic thing which we learn.
Totally.
And this generation, they don't know what's happening. They are more into the Gen Zs. So with that note, we have to move to our segment number 2, which is this and that. So Siju, we are moving to our segment number 2, which is this and that. As you said, women empowerment is very important. What do you think women these days should raise their voice for?
Everything. Whatever is right. See, they should question everything. I feel they should question everything, but there should be an element. There's a small difference between a fine line between right and what you feel is right.
That's very true.
Huh.
How about social media? You know, these days, Gen Zs are really exploiting social media.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you think is it a myth or is it a reality or is it a fact?
Social media has got, it's a boon and a bane. It's good in one point where you get a lot of awareness, you get a lot of information, and the other side, all these fake things that come out. So it's been part of our life all day. Even newspapers. When in my growing up, we never had any social media or anything like that. I'm happy for that, though. In an
I was really
extent.
happy too.
But yeah, this is good. It's good and bad. See, today information is power. If when I was in college, if I had to go do a project or something like that, I had to visit 2-3 libraries, get my information. Now you just Google it, or it's all there online and in social media. You get a lot of information.
How about being humble is also something positive. Sometimes it's also negative. People this time they misuse opportunities in terms of giving wrong information or sharing wrong details, to get sympathy. So, what do you think? What the youth has to do that, because there are lots of people they do these days a lot.
See, you have to take a call yourself. Don't just believe everything that you see. Now there are options where you can check the facts. If somebody says something like that, you can go online, use the same platform, use online to find out if it's true or not. Just spend a little more time before taking it blindly.
That's true. How about the hospitality? Do you think hospitality these days is growing, booming in UAE, or do you think the hospitality is a challenge that people have to think about more?
Hospitality in UAE is amazing. Where do you think we are all here? UAE is a country which is fostering multicultural, multi-religious. We are living here because of all that stuff. I travel a lot. Been to almost 68 countries. I've seen all these places, but when I come back to UAE, I say I'm home.
Wow, I feel same.
Yeah.
It's like a blessing place because you feel protected, you feel safe, and definitely they are always there to guide us every time.
Totally.
With that, we're ending our segment number 2, which is this and that, where you have seen how Dr. CJ has shared his thought process. It's up to you what you want to take and what you don't want to take, because never the gain, never the loss. So with that, we'll move to our segment number 3, my favorite segment, Rapid Fire. Let's see how Dr. CJ play with us. Now we'll start our rapid fire. So there's a terms and condition timer is set. We'll ask you some questions, you have to answer very fast. And if you don't answer well, there's a penalty. Okay? So what was your first salary?
The first salary, 1,800 rupees.
Oh, what did you buy with the first salary?
I sent it home.
Wow. Anything you want to say to the youth who doesn't follow the current generation?
Don't believe everything you see or hear.
If you get a chance of 60 minutes of your life, what do you want to change?
Call a few people and thank them, and some I would like to say sorry.
What is your go-to time pass?
Go to time pass. Spending time with my pets.
What's your favorite hobby?
Reading.
Okay. What's your favorite book?
Catch 22 by Joseph Heller.
Okay. What's your favorite cheat meal?
Wow. Anything sweet.
If you got a chance to buy a house, what do you want to change in that house?
Oh, I'll knock down the walls and make it all glass.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm very fond of brightness.
That's true. Do you cook?
Yes.
What's your favorite food?
Chicken stroganoff.
Okay. You like sweet food or salty food?
I like both.
Okay. Fresh food or fried food?
Oh, good one. Both, little bit of both.
You're very diplomatic, huh? What's your deepest fear?
Deepest fear?
Yeah.
Falling down from an aircraft.
Do you think society is improving?
You want me to be diplomatic?
No. Fact in the reality.
No, it depends on where you are.
What people misunderstand about you?
Oh, the first impression people have is like I'm a very, very hard and rude guy.
No, you are not. What makes you angry?
Huh?
What makes you angry?
Disrespect.
What makes you sad?
Women being exploited.
What is the lesson you have learned from your life so far?
Stay consistent, and that's what I follow.
If you are CEO of your company, what do you want to change in your company?
I will allow people to make decisions on their own without, micromanaging.
Wow, you're awesome, man. It's very good. Any most memorable childhood you remember that made you still happy and then yeah, that was my childhood. Some naughtiness have you done?
Oh, where do I start? I was playing on the roof of our house and I fell down.
Oh,
And I tried to, there was this tree and I fell. I tried catching on that and I fell down, and there was a barbed wire fence. I got caught in that and I rolled. So my mom had to come and cut everything to take me out of that. That was a
any message you want to give your family and the youth who will watch this podcast?
family. My family knows me. I don't need it to give them anything. But the youth, guys, we are here. We are all here to do our part. We are all making a contribution. We are all making a contribution. What is the verse that you're contributing? Let's say this is a poetry. Everybody has a verse to contribute. What is your verse? How are you contributing? Make a difference. When you leave this place, there should be something to say that yes, this is what I did. Don't go back with your music still on, as they say. I mean, this has been told by philosophers and poets. I'm just repeating it. It's not my own.
With that note, we're ending our segment number 3, rapid fire. It is the first time ever rapid fire which I got an emotional, an attachment, and also something to learn from you, Dr. Siju. I always pray may Allah protect you and bless you with all the barakah, because this is what we always pray for.
Thank you.
So that's a small hamper from our side.
Oh,
As a
thank
token
you
of
very much.
appreciation, It is from Sweet Connection.
Thank
they
you
have
very
launched
much.
their own product, and we hope you will
Sweet
enjoy
Connection.
it. Yeah.
Gluten free. So nice.
So we
I'm
hope you will
diabetic, so it's good for me.
Okay, so we'll move to our last segment of the show. I really don't want to end this podcast. It's been amazing to know you, Dr. Siju.
Thank you.
What's your khwaish? What's your wish you want to get fulfilled as soon as possible? And what was your experience with Ohmydays podcast?
It's been nice. It's nice. I mean, I was wondering why you called me, but it's been a very good experience talking to you, sharing what I can with youth. And my khwaish, I want to travel the whole world.
Inshallah.
That's what I want to do.
Ameen, Ya Rab. And we hope that not only you travel, you also enlighten the positivity in people's life, because that's you're known for and that's what you value. That's what you're known as value persona.
This is something I want to share with the youth also. I see a lot of people. They come from their countries. They come here. Look at us Indians. They come here. Every vacation they just go back home. I tell people, okay, when you have a vacation of 30 days, spend 20 days at home and 10 days visit some other country. It expands your horizons. It broadens your thinking. Explore. Be an explorer. That is what I tell everyone. That's what I am trying to do.
With that note, we are ending today's podcast, and I'm so happy that I've been over here with Dr. Siju, knowing his genuine persona. And always, this is what we say, that the Tea Post is one of the journey where we are sharing your journey over here. So, as always, I say value your parents before it's too late. Never leave your roots, because your root is what describes you. When you feel that you are into the negative zone, remember that your parents or your Allah Almighty is there always to guide you the correct path. With that note, we're ending today's episode, and that's Dr. Siju Muhammad signing out. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.